y'all? It's your boy Cortez Mack, and I want to welcome you to a brand spanking new episode of Cortez Mack TV. This week, I got an interview with my homie Nash. Y'all about to love her and everything that she's going on with her initiative, PB and Justice, along with her modeling career. She's just a dope individual all around. That's all I ever bring to y'all. But before I get y'all that interview, let's talk about the news of the week. Number one. Y'all, I don't know if y'all saw yesterday, and I'm saying this as I film on a Thursday, but yesterday, Wednesday, April 30th, y'all, Joseline Hernandez, I should say, and Wendy Williams went at it on the Wendy show. Now, a lot of people are kind of split in terms of how they feel about it, because Joseline essentially came on the show combative, telling Wendy to give her flowers and to appreciate her and to give her accolades and really just kind of big her up instead of being ready to tear her down like she is so many other Black and Latino women. Wendy did not respond well. Well, you know what? I say Wendy didn't respond well, but she remained professional. She didn't let the negativity overtake the interview. She still got all the answers that she needed out of Joseline. Joseline's cabaret show was still promoted. But it was just awkward and tense. And if y'all go back and watch, I want y'all to focus on the fact that Joseline, she's really grown and evolved. Now, she could have had a profanity-laced tirade, but that's not what she gave. She articulated her feelings to Wendy in a way that, you know, I kind of respect and I want to applaud her for, because and knowing her from her start on Love and Hip Hop and seeing where she is now, there's growth in that. So, you know, say what you will, but you got to give her props for growth and evolving and communicating her displeasure with Wendy Williams in a more mature way. Stemming off of that, y'all, Candace Dillard from Real Housewives of Potomac chimed in and said that she felt like, you know, Joseline was out of line and we can't expect journalists to have celebrities' backs. Now, me being a journalist and a celebrity on the rise, you know, I feel like I'm the best of both worlds. Y'all can trust me. But I feel like she does make a good point in terms of, you know, we do place a lot on journalists and we do expect them to do certain things that we forget that they're human. We forget that they're human. And so, you know, putting Wendy on that pedestal and expecting a lot out of her and putting so much stock into what she thinks, I think that might be where Joseline made a misstep. And to stay on that topic of Potomac, Ashley Darby, y'all's favorite housewife from Potomac, has been on social media just going off about how we don't need to spank our kids. Now, I'm of the opinion that you raise your kids how you want to, but her being a mother now of two, she kind of chimed in and basically said, if you spank your kids, you are only practicing something that was done to you, and you just mindlessly repeating the cycle of essentially abuse. So, y'all, say what you will. I feel like she does have some points, and I can think back on my childhood. I was whooped a few times, a handful of times, but you know, I was whooped enough to learn my lesson. I really am curious to know what y'all think about that. So chime in the comments and let me know, is she wrong? Does she have a point in terms of what she's saying about spanking your kids? And what would y'all do if y'all have kids? If you are parents, what is your method? Final story for this week, y'all. The FDA is looking to ban menthol cigarettes and flavored cigars. Now, I don't know if y'all are kind of the same thought as me, but this seems targeted. And they've also said that the Black community consumes more menthol cigarettes and flavored cigars than any other race, and that we are disproportionately affected by lung cancer, especially Black men. But to outlaw something and ban it, to me, I feel like, and I hate to say this, I wonder if it's a setup. Because if you ban something that is popular in the community, you know that community is going to still pursue it other ways. So while I appreciate, you know, the regard for the Black community's health, you know what else is killing Black people at a disproportionate rate? Police. So let's work on that before you try to ban menthol cigarettes and flavored cigars. Because look, you know people gonna try to go get Rellos from somewhere. You know people gonna get their menthols from somewhere. But let's focus on the things that matter first. And while I won't say it doesn't matter, because health is wealth, there are so many other things that are on the agenda in terms of race relations and racial equality and equity in America that banning cigarettes, I look at that as a step above taking Angel Mama's picture off the syrup bottle and putting a new label on Uncle Ben's rice. Get it together. Get it together. That's all I can say. I'm gonna give y'all a quick second to breathe and process, but we about to go ahead and transition to my interview with the homie Nosh. Stay tuned. Y'all, today I am joined by an activist. Y'all, I could go down the resume of everything that she is, but Nosh is going to tell y'all about herself today. How are you feeling, first of all, gorgeous?
I'm feeling good.
Yeah.
Consider. It's a lot going on with a lot of people right now, so it's understandable. But I'm feeling good. Right here at this moment, I'm great.
You're great. I love it right now that you're great. What from the world, if we had to address anything right now, what from the world is kind of on your mind right now? Before we even get into anything, because I want to definitely make sure that you are good.
Yeah. Honestly, I would have to say going to the grocery store.
Yeah.
Pretty much at this point, going to the grocery store. Like,
It's scary.
It is scary. It's you just never know at this point. I was one of those people that would like, okay, I will leave my licensed weapon in a car and or in the house.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's to the point where it's on me at all times, because you really never know, and you have to protect yourself. So the two biggest things is going to the grocery store and honestly dating, because I had a bit of a scare last week too.
So, how much of that do you feel comfortable telling us?
Oh, all of it.
Let's go. See what kind of guests I bring to y'all.
Oh yeah.
A vibe, honesty. How about that? Transparency, clarity. Let's go.
Everything.
What happened?
Yeah. So I had met this guy. Don't get me wrong. Y'all gonna start me in the comments. I am not wearing my Salvation Warrior clothes. Okay. None of that is going on here. Okay. There's no Salvation helmets. I got no Salvation boots. All right. So yeah, I met this guy, and long story short, we're gonna skip some part. But I met this guy, and we were hanging out, and just conversating, just talking, extremely just chill. So he asked me for a kiss, and I was like, no, I don't know, just like no. Mm-hmm. So we just continued to talk and stuff like that. So he tried to sneak a kiss, and I had to like mush him away. So that wasn't even really the issue, right? Corvette. So couldn't wait to do it. I'm so excited, keeping him with the kids.
Yes, I know, we're young.
So I was just push him away, and the issue for me, he became combative. Right. No. So at this moment, I have anxiety. So, but normally I'm just like this. Like right now, I'm probably clamming, you guys. I'm always nervous.
No, you're fine.
So, he was just becoming really combative. So I don't know. I'm not going to become even combative or irate in that situation, because that's going to only anger him even more. Mm-hmm. And we had a couple drinks and stuff like that, but I was just like, nah. So the safest thing for you to do is to calm the situation, de-escalate the situation, and then have him calmly exit. Yeah. So that's exactly what I did. Only for me to tell my girlfriend what happened that night, my homegirl, and then she tells me the next night that happened to her. Like a totally different situation.
Oh, I was about to say, not the same man, because we need to cut the video and make a call.
Right, not the same guy, but a similar situation with another guy that she was talking to. So it's just, I'm like, all right, I want to date, I want to do all of this, and I'm just like, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. Mm-hmm. Because I'm like, okay, I've been single for a little over a year, 30, tall, dark, handsome, whoever's available.
Y'all listening?
But it's just, it's kind of discouraging, because you never know. You just, even if it's you're dating someone or going to the grocery store or going to school or going to the movie theater, like it's a horrible time.
And it's hard, because you want to live in a world where you can let your guard down, and when so many times you're criticized, like you said, dating, you're criticized for having a guard up. But in a situation like that, I mean, had you not been equipped or prepared, it could have went left.
It could have really went south. And that was the first time. Excuse me. That was the first time I've ever been in a situation where I felt like I was like, oh, this man is he home. raped me.
Oh wow.
I was like, oh, you know, and I've never, had to use my weapon before, but at this point, he was about to get 2 in the front. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna, no.
Right.
No means no.
Right.
No means no.
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 It's not, and it's not that hard of a concept. And I will never know what it is like to be a woman, of course. And so I can only just kind of imagine just how you feel of wanting to find that balance between vulnerability, but also being protected.
Man.
And protecting yourself, or having someone protect you, or not, or being dependent or independent.
I don't. And like I was explaining to my girlfriend, I stayed with people. I told her, I said, I do not. Sometimes I get up in the morning, I hate the way I look. And I said, because of the simple fact that people have this idea, you see me on Instagram and stuff like, oh my gosh, she has a mess. Oh, she has this high self-esteem, like this is great. And I'm like, nah, because every day, it's not one day I have not walked outside or heard a comment, somebody call, text message, D-pics, keep it PG-13. I'm literally sexually harassed every day. There's people from my previous job I can get fired right now if I really
for
want
things
to.
that they said,
Yeah,
just like thinking it's okay.
Yeah, thinking it's okay, and me not, understanding childhood trauma, take care of that, go to therapy on a weekly basis. Amen.
Do it.
Dealing with those things, so it's tough. It's extremely tough. Finding your finding your worth. You should already know your worth. So I'm like, yeah, but I need to find some more of it because I can't find that in anybody else. And from what I'm seeing right now, because I'm bisexual, male or female, I've been treated like crap. So it's just like, you make mistakes, you get what you allow, you assess this, you acknowledge things. But for me right now, it's I'm focused on self. Nosh is this
Nosh
me
is
right now,
gone.
because I felt like and it took me. Nobody else can. It's like a beating drum, stubborn. Takes for you to fall flat on your face, and for things to happen for you to realize, like, all right, take a step back and come back to you, and then everything else around you, it will flourish.
And that's the word. I knew how you were gonna finish. Y'all, lately it's just like I be knowing the words that are. I feel like I'm becoming clairvoyant.
Listen, do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Okay.
So flourishing, because you're definitely, I feel like someone who is flourishing right now with your endeavors in the community and social media and all of the things that you have going on. So let's start with PB&J, because I feel like that is such a great movement.
Thank you.
And I really want to, I really want to get involved. So tell the people, because I feel like they are going to feel the same way I feel.
So at PBNJustice on Instagram. So I started this soon-to-be nonprofit. Keep it a buck. Keep it 100. Started this nonprofit back in June, and it was basically off of something George Floyd had just had died. Was this early on how it started? Me not knowing what to do, panic attacks, and I was just going to the park by myself, like with a sign, like, okay, I didn't want to come outside today because I was black. And that's how it all started. I was by myself, so at one point I was like, okay, well, I'm not an activist. I don't know nothing when it comes to politics. I did vote. And so I'm like, okay, well, what are you going to do? I'm like, well, I need to eat. Okay, well, I can't do these types of sandwiches because, like, anything with mayo, it'll spoil.
Yeah.
So I did peanut butter and jelly. And then at 3 o'clock in the morning, I was stoned. I was like, okay, I need to come up with a name. And what you going to do? So I was like, PB&Justice, yes.
I
love
it.
By myself in my apartment. It was a moment. It was okay.
A light bulb, and then she just went. Sometimes those light bulb moments.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And I took it and ran with it. So I've done several different events with Zoban Bar, a couple different people. It's been amazing. The most recent thing I did was Thanksgiving. I fed 100 displaced individuals, and it was a full meal. Baked macaroni and cheese, chicken, all me. It was great. And I had like sign-ups and stuff like that, and things happen, but I don't know. I say that because it was just like I did it. Yeah, because I did it. Like,
did
thank
it.
me. Come
Yeah.
on, Snoop Dogg. Thank me. But honestly, it was extremely fulfilling. And more importantly, that was something that I dreamed about doing for a really long time. Just something, whether it was Christmas or Thanksgiving, just to give back. And something really important that I want to highlight. If anybody has a chance to go downtown on a holiday, in particular Thanksgiving, when I tell you it looks like Gotham, I was flabbergasted. I was like, what? I mean, it was stuff everywhere, bags, and it was just like, I mean, I'm busting U-turns around 20 under the other pass. Like, I didn't care, whoever you want to eat. And it was just, it was horrible.
Yeah.
It was horrible. So I had meals, like I said, food, dessert, sweet potato pie. I even threw hand sanitizers and also socks.
And that's useful, and that's thoughtful, and those are the things that I think that kind of stand out.
Right.
What would you say would be some goals that you have going forward? Because I even see that growing. I see you having more of a presence on social media with that platform, and I see other people starting to kind of question. And now that I'm aware, kind of if I'm someone like a viewer, what can I do to help you push forward your vision, and what do you even see that vision being?
Honestly, the biggest thing for me right now is the homelessness. Another organization who I've seen that is doing something, I think it's free 99. It's free fridge 99 fridge. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing it, but I'm gonna shout y'all out
below.
Yes,
we'll get it right.
Because they have refrigerator, one in Edgewood by the Floyd mural, and there's another one somewhere else. I think they just started up. But it's places like that where it's just there's food that's available all the time. And I guess for me the biggest thing is I can't do this by myself. One thing I learned about in all the things that I've done in life is you can't save everybody. I cannot save everybody. This is why, more importantly, I was just like, oh my God, this interview, like what? But it's like I had to take a step back and take care of myself.
Yeah.
But you acknowledging that is just like, all right, I really gotta keep going.
No,
I gotta keep going.
This work you're doing is
it's
dope.
Even if it's donating bread, peanut butter and jelly, anything, your time. If you come to me and say, hey, let's make sandwiches next Saturday and go out to one of the popular parks I go out to, Zohan Bar, you are amazing, Cleopas Park. If you want to do it, let's go. I'm cool with it because it's I can't do it alone. My biggest thing is having as many people as possible to get the word out because I won't be able to always do it. And I just don't like to see people hungry. The underpasses are something that's extremely neglected around Atlanta. There's so many people that are over there with tents or they're just as hungry, you know? It's hard, and it's tough, it's extremely tough to see, but I really feel like there is an extreme need for just help for them. I think during COVID, the fact that COVID is basically over and people are just finding, homeless people are just finding out that they were able to get a stimulus check. And
some of them
we've been getting stimmies for how long?
Yeah.
You know, so it's just, you just tend to forget because I'm like, okay, you talk about these numbers, the COVID numbers and all that stuff. I'm like, well, what about those COVID numbers? What are you guys doing for them? So I'm sorry, and let me correct myself. It wasn't hand sanitizer, it was masks that I was giving out. I was giving out socks and masks because a lot of them didn't have masks. And a lot of times you would see that they would be so dirty. So it's just, it's so much, but it's like, I really feel like if you are able to go to Sweet Lounge or same way I do or anything else, you can spare a couple dollars for somebody to eat. So if you don't feel comfortable giving someone cash, give them your meal, give them your leftovers. I do it all the time. I have no problem with doing that because I don't like to see someone hungry. I I'm a foodie. This is one thing, I've never been without food. Never been without food.
Right,
And so
same.
I can't say I can relate. There is something I've been without, like some form of love or affection or, you know, a parent or that was missing or abandonment issues or something like that. So yeah, lacking something. But if I can put love into two pieces of bread, then why not?
Why not?
Why not?
And on that note, y'all, you gotta come back for more with Nashiz next week.
Next week.
Stay tuned for Who Won the Week.
Y'all, pardon the drip. I just wanted to I'm a fool. Y'all, it is of course time for Who Won the Week, and I don't have my trophy with me because I am on the move. But who won this week? None other than our president, Joe Biden, for the simple fact that he had a room full of people applauding for him every couple of seconds during his presidential address the other night. And so he talked about wanting to raise minimum wage. He talked about wanting to close the gender wage gap. He talked about wanting to basically right a lot of the wrongs in America. And while he does have some more work to do, I want to applaud our president for being someone who is proactive instead of reactive. And so that's who won this week. And that is going to wrap up Cortez Mac TV. Of course, I would love for y'all to subscribe so you can come back next week. Y'all will be my best friend forever if you come. I already have a best friend, I'm lying, I'm sorry. But I would love for you to come back, and I would love for y'all to check out everything that I'm doing on my channel. I got another brand new interview dropping next week with Eli Liberty. You don't want to miss it. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. I love you. It's Cortez Mac TV. I'll see you next week. Let's go.